Hi everyone, welcome back to English for Vietnamese. I'm James, and today we've got an exciting topic to help you boost your IELTS vocabulary effortlessly.
That's right, James. And I'm Emily. We're here to make your IELTS preparation not just effective, but also fun and engaging.
So, grab your notebook, settle in, and let's dive into practical tips and strategies for mastering IELTS words. Ready, Emily?
Absolutely, James. Let's get started.
Hey Emily, I've been feeling a bit stuck with my IELTS vocabulary practice. There's so much to learn, and it feels overwhelming. Any suggestions on how to approach it?
I know exactly what you mean, James. Building a strong vocabulary for IELTS isn't easy, but it's totally doable if you have the right strategies. How about we discuss some of the best tips to improve our vocabulary?
That's a fantastic idea, Emily. I think talking through strategies can really help us focus. Let me start with one of my personal favorites. One thing that works well for me is learning vocabulary in context. I never just memorize words in isolation. Instead, I focus on how they're used in sentences, stories, or even conversations.
That's such a good point, James. Understanding the context gives you a clearer picture of the word's meaning and usage. For instance, when I learned the word significant, it made more sense when I saw it in a sentence like, "This decision had a significant impact on the community."
Exactly, Emily. It also helps with understanding idiomatic expressions and prepositions that go with certain words. For example, significant to or significant in.
That's why I always recommend reading articles, stories, or even watching videos where the words appear naturally. It's an enjoyable way to learn, and it sticks better than rote memorization. Everyone should give this a try. Another strategy that I find super effective is focusing on high-frequency words. These are the words that pop up most often in IELTS exams, like analyze, benefit, and impact.
I completely agree. I've been using the academic word list for this. It's a goldmine of useful words that can really boost your reading and writing scores.
Same here. I've even created flashcards with those words, their definitions, and example sentences. For instance, for analyze, my sentence is, "The data was analyzed to find trends."
That's a great idea, Emily. These words are like the backbone of IELTS preparation. If you master them, you'll feel much more confident during the test.
Absolutely. And the best part is, you don't need to learn thousands of words. Just focus on the most important ones.
Have you tried active recall, Emily? It's one of my go-to methods. Instead of just rereading words, I actively test myself on their meanings and usage.
Oh yes, James. Active recall has been a game changer for me. I hide the definitions of the words and try to remember them on my own. It's harder than rereading, but that's what makes it effective.
Exactly. I also use it when writing. For example, I challenge myself to use 5 new words in a single essay without looking them up.
That's a great idea. It forces you to not only recall the words, but also apply them in context. I think anyone serious about vocabulary should incorporate active recall into their study routine.
Totally agree. It's tough at first, but the results are worth it.
Another thing I swear by is learning synonyms and antonyms. For example, if you learn the word important, it's great to also learn crucial, essential, or even the opposite, like insignificant.
That's a fantastic strategy, Emily. It not only broadens your vocabulary, but also improves your writing and speaking. Using synonyms makes your answers sound more sophisticated.
Exactly. I once replaced big problem with serious issue during a speaking mock test, and my tutor said it sounded much better.
That's a great example. I've been doing this too, and it's amazing how much variety it adds to your language. I'd recommend everyone to practice this. It's simple, but powerful.
Agreed. It also helps you score higher in lexical resource, which is a key factor in IELTS.
For IELTS, I think it's super important to build topic-specific vocabulary. The exam often repeats certain themes like environment, education, and technology.
You're absolutely right, James. I've actually created separate word lists for common IELTS topics. For example, for the environment, I've got words like sustainability, climate change, and renewable energy.
That's a great way to stay organized. I do something similar. And when writing essays or practicing speaking, I try to incorporate these words naturally.
Yes, it's also a confidence booster. When you know relevant vocabulary for a topic, you feel more prepared and less stressed during the exam.
Exactly. It's like having a secret weapon ready for any question they throw at you.
I also like to create personalized sentences for new words I learn. It helps me connect the word to my own experiences.
That's a great technique, Emily. For instance, when I learned efficient, I wrote, I need to create an efficient study plan to ace the IELTS exam.
That's perfect. I think when you make the word personal, it's easier to remember because it has meaning for you.
Exactly. Plus, it's a fun way to practice writing. You can even share your sentences with a study partner to get feedback.
Good idea. This is such a practical way to make new words stick. I'd recommend it to everyone studying for IELTS. Speaking of practice, I think using new words in speaking and writing is crucial. It helps you turn passive vocabulary into active vocabulary.
Absolutely, James. I make it a point to write essays every week and include at least 5 new words in each one. It's a great way to reinforce learning.
That's smart. I do mock speaking tests with friends. It's a great way to practice using vocabulary naturally and also get feedback.
That's perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel during the actual exam. Practice really does make perfect.
Another tip I love is learning collocations, words that naturally go together, like take responsibility or make a decision.
Yes, Emily. Collocations are a game changer. They make your speech and writing sound much more fluent and natural.
Exactly. I think they're especially important for IELTS because examiners look for natural language use. For instance, instead of saying big success, you could say great success.
That's a great example. Collocations also help you avoid awkward phrasing, which is key for a higher score.
Absolutely. I'd say this is one of the most underrated strategies for improving vocabulary.
To expand vocabulary, I've been listening to podcasts and reading news articles. It exposes me to so many new words in different contexts.
That's a fantastic habit, James. I also listen to TED Talks and read blogs. The variety helps you encounter words you wouldn't usually find in textbooks.
It's also a fun way to learn. You're picking up new vocabulary without it feeling like a chore.
Exactly. It's like immersing yourself in English every day, which is one of the best ways to improve. Lastly, reviewing regularly is key. I use spaced repetition to go over words I've learned so I don't forget them.
That's a great habit, Emily. I review my flashcards every morning and evening. It keeps the words fresh in my memory.
Consistency really pays off. Even if you spend just 10 minutes a day reviewing, it makes a huge difference over time.
I completely agree. I've been using the academic word list for this. It's a goldmine of useful words that can really boost your reading and writing scores.
Same here. I've even created flashcards with those words, their definitions and example sentences. For instance, for analyze, my sentence is, the data was analyzed to find trends.
That's a great idea, Emily. These words are like the backbone of IELTS preparation. If you master them, you'll feel much more confident during the test.
Absolutely. And the best part is, you don't need to learn thousands of words. Just focus on the most important ones.
Well, Emily, we've covered so many fantastic strategies today. Anyone who follows these tips will see amazing improvements in their IELTS vocabulary.
Absolutely, James. The key is to stay consistent and motivated. Learning vocabulary takes time, but every step brings you closer to your goal.
Good luck to everyone preparing for IELTS. These strategies really work. Trust the process, and you'll achieve great results.
Yes, stay positive and enjoy the journey of learning. You've got this.